Dirty dir, dirty dir. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Champy. That's good dog singing. Good dog singing. Hello, good people of the TikTok, good people of the LinkedIn, of the YouTube, of the X, wherever you are, wherever you're watching this, wherever you stumbled upon me and said, Alec Baldwin looks like shit. Welcome. It is Wednesday. I'm a little late, as you know. I said I'd be here at 8 p.m., and I know a lot of you have just been waiting around for an hour, like, what do I do with my life? What do I do now? Listen. I apologize. I apologize for not being there for you. But you know, I had to win an award. I was receiving an award. I don't like to brag. Yes, I do. Anyway, look at that. Thunderview CEO dinner. So Thunderview dinners are these things I do once a month on I don't know, whatever it is. What's tonight? Thursday? Yeah, I think it's on Thursdays. And it's run by this guy named Eric Marcoulier up in Boulder. Awesome dude. And been going to these things for like a year and a half. I don't know, 2 years, year and a half, something like that. So they're giving out these awards, and before he gives out my award, he goes, okay, everybody in the room, if you wanted to ask someone about AI, who would it be? Everyone goes, Kyle. So there you have it. I said, I'm insufferable. They kind of laugh. But I got the High Passion Award. Or what is it? The Passion Award. So I am passionate. I am officially passionate. So I wasn't just blowing you off. I know you're all like, whoa, you could have said something, dude. I'm like, I know I could have. But, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? All right. Getting things combobulated. So here's a word. Is combobulated a word? Because you can be discombobulated. And then I would think to combobulate is the opposite of discombobulate. Yes? So you can be combobulated. Ask O1 preview. That's a fantastic idea. So if you didn't know it today was the first day of Shipmas. So we now have some new models. And you may say, it looks exactly the same, Kyle. Oh, it does, except they removed a word. See this little O1 right here? See where it says nothing? It used to say preview. And then this little O1 mini used to have a preview behind it. So they got rid of the preview. These things are now multimodal, which is kind of exciting. They are not still connected to the internet, but it is much faster. Let me ask this. I know you can be, black bar. I know you can be discombobulated, but can someone be combobulated? I love the English language sometimes. Combobulated. Look, it's got a red underline. I don't think it's a word. Come on. Think about it. Thinking. Discombobulated is a well-established English word meaning confused or thrown off balance. It's used in the 19th century and thought of to be an American is thought to be an American coinage, like the playful corruption of words like discompose or discomfort. Intended for humorous effect, over time, discombobulated became standard English term, despite its whimsical origins. On the other hand, combobulated isn't really a standard word. Okay, can we I think we should start a campaign. Do you not? Shouldn't we start a campaign to get combobulated back in the English vocabulary? Well, you know, Jim, he's a fantastic worker. He's really combobulated, isn't he though? Well, the prefix dis often signifies a negation or opposite meaning, as in disagree versus agree. The root discombobulate isn't combobulate. Oh, etymology is so fun. You used to actually have to have an education to know this stuff. No internet search. That is correct. O1 does not have internet search yet, but it does have multimodal. You can upload images to it, and you can upload other documents to it. So we'll play with that tonight. Okay. Let's see. The root in discombobulate isn't combobulate. The entire formation is more of a linguistic oddity. It's not that discombobulate was built by cleanly attaching dis to a pre-existing combobulate. Instead, it was likely coined whole cloth as a nonsense term. Huh. That said, language is flexible. You might encounter recombobulate or combobulated, especially in jest, put back together, recentered. You know, Jim, after his divorce, he pulled himself together. You know, I would consider him recombobulated. Some airports have jokingly created recombobulation areas after security tech points, implying that this is where travelers can restore their sense of order. That's pretty good. In short, while you may feel discombobulated as standard English usage, it's not formally recognized to say you are combobulated. You can certainly say it humorously. Well, I'm fucking doing that. Jim, you're looking combobulated today. People are like, the hell is this channel all about? Oh, good Lord, people. All right. So let me tell you what went down today. I'm hang on, just hang on, just 1 second, people. Hello, everybody. Let's all combobulate now. All right, let's get our shit together. Time to combobulate. Okay. Yeah, I saw that. Okay, listen. Now that I have an education, see, the problem with someone like me that just won't stop talking and likes to pretend that I have some sort of cranial capacity. Once I learn a little stupid fact like discombobulate is a perversion and combobulate doesn't exist, oh my God, does that make me want to use it? So I'm just going to tell you that over the next month or so, you and people that come in here who are not used to this situation are going to suddenly wonder why they've never used combobulate in their life. And they're gonna go, well, Kyle uses it. It must exist. And they won't look it up because people don't. They'll just go combobulate. Yeah, well, it sounds like, you know, people have their shit together are combobulated. So yeah, Jim's combobulated. So there you go. Champy, you want to sing? in this lonely town. Yeah, one things are gonna change. Dream my life away. Seems these dreams have turned to a bunch of dust clouds. Get my nerve up, but my past is pulling me down. Wondering how long this black sheep gonna stick around. Somebody told me once before, he said, you can never go home again. Come on, champion, won't you leave? Saying the things to steer me away, yeah, from the truth of who I am and what I believe. So I thanked him for his 2 cents with a handshake and some sympathy, yeah. I packed up my blue jeans, headed for this big prize of my freedom. Bye-bye, black sheep, to the black sheep of the family. Bye-bye, oh, that means so very much to me. Yeah, bye-bye, black sheep, to my friends and my family. Bye-bye. I'm going off and set my soul. Set it free. Oh, champion, that was fantastic. Fantastic singing. I don't know if you know this. Welcome to the AI Learning Lab. We have singing canine entertainment brought in nightly. Union talent, always union talent. Sometimes that works out, sometimes not so much. But tonight, solid performance by one champ Shannon. All right, Tom Nodler, Kyle, what's going on with the Chatgpt Pro thing? Okay, so there's a lot to talk about the first day of Shipmas. Okay, so where do we begin? How's my hair? So today at 10 a.m. Pacific time, OpenAI starts a live stream at what was arguably the smallest possible table that 4 human beings could realistically sit at. They could not, the only thing smaller would have been a children's desk with a seat on it, and all 4 people were sitting on that seat. So imagine a table the size of a laptop, and blonde wood, lovely, you know, like they got it at a elementary school. And at one end is the CEO of OpenAI. You know, it's like $1 trillion company. I'm pretty sure he's wearing a t-shirt. And then next to him are 3 human beings that are so skinny that had any of them been my girthitude, there'd only been 3 people at the table. But there were 4 people at this table. They were all disturbingly skinny. And I'm not skinny shaming. I'm like, this is fine. If you're skinny, fine. I don't give a shit. Well, I'm just saying the table was comically small. Okay. All right. And then Sam goes on to tell us that, hey, we are going to do what no other tech company has ever done, and probably for good reason, but we're going to essentially launch a new feature every weekday for the next 12 days. Today was the first day of that. And so he talked about that, and he said, we got 2 announcements today. And the first one is we're launching O1. Now, if you don't know O1 previews what we had before. It's the reasoning engine. It's the thing that's like, is this strawberry? Is this AGI? What is this? What is this thing we have, this O1? Okay, today, the real version of it launched, sort of, like half of it launched, because it's still not connected to the internet, but that's a whole different thing. So that was product number 1. And then product number 2 was, oh, and we have a free plan that's $200 a month, or a pro, not a free plan, a pro plan that's $200 a month. Now, they did not communicate super clearly. So even on my TikTok live, while I was going live, everyone was like, wait, we can't get the new O1 unless we pay $200 a month. No, that's not the case. That's not the case. Stop. That's not the case. It was poor communication on their part. So we'll get back to what actually happens, but we got to talk about this meeting. These very slight people with very large brains. We're not going to listen to it because it was really not all that. It was really not all that interesting. But I mean, I really do think you need to see. Like the guy on the right, he's just too big. Like he shouldn't be there. So they're at the comically small table. Sam Altman looks, not like the CEO of $1 trillion company, and they all just look like Sam's like, hey, could you guys stop coding for a minute? Like, come on, just come over here. And they're like, at that table? He's like, yeah, just sit, get a chair from the other office. I don't think this office is big enough. Isn't this a fire code violation? He's like, it'll be fine. oh, Lord. And then they went on to talk. I will spare you the talking. Sam is already, a little awkward. I mean, he's a very articulate guy. He's been in the business world forever. He's fine. He talks fine. These other three have not been media trained. Let's just put it that way. It was the most awkward human interaction in a long time, exacerbated by the tiny table. Is he laughing at them? Is he really laughing at them? Is this sort of geek shaming? Is he geek shaming? Should I be triggered? I'm an engineer. I think I should be triggered. I'm trim. I would be comfortable at that table. Is he shaming me? He looks like he's had a burger or two too many himself. I don't know what right he has to laugh at other people. All right. So welcome to Genx. Like Delicious Dish, the SNL thing. Oh my God. Filmed in a broom cupboard. Totally. It looks like an SNL skit. It totally looks like an SNL skit. It's like this is the most powerful company in the world. Happy Jankmas. Happy Jankmas. Oh my God. It was so awkward. Cindy Kuhn on the live today was like, I had to turn off the visuals. I can't watch. It's too uncomfortable. Oh, if you want to watch uncomfortableness in action, I would go watch this video. Anyway, these are all incredibly smart people. So I am not making fun of them, just their tiny table and their lack of production value. Like no coordination on the dress. Like Sam's the only one with a Chatgpt shirt. They're all like, are we gonna break for lunch? It's like, oh, okay. Woo! All right, let's redo this. So, yeah, that is it. This is what you technically call, okay, in television production, this setup with the, painfully staged shelves that were, all of the elements were bought at a Pottery Barn, 3 weeks ago. This is what's in the television industry. This is technically called a discombobulation. That's what they call the shot. Hey, could we get this a bit more discombobulated? Yeah, we're going for a discombobulation here. Yeah, hey, quick question. Do we have a smaller table? Because there's some, it feels like there's a lot of space between them. If we could just get a smaller table and push them in, get the camera real close so it flattens everything out. Yep. Okay. We got it. It's going to be good. All right, Sam, whenever you're ready. No, sorry, we're going to wait until 10. We're going to wait until 10. So just sit there and don't talk to one another for the 15 minutes before we start. Then we'll just turn the camera on and you can act like you weren't really sure you were supposed to be here. Everyone got it? All right, perfect. Let's take it from there. We'll take it from the top. All right. La da 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 da. Is he really making fun of the richest man in the world? Does anyone have anything in their car we can put on the shelving? Oh, it's so good. It's so good, people. All right, this is what we do here at the AI Learning Lab. We're learning AI, and we're learning about how to be in the world. And sometimes being in the world seems really obvious, and there's other times where you're like, I didn't know it was going to be on TV. Could you just tell us what's going on with 01? All right. I will. Okay, so here's 01. If you remember 01 preview, okay, so let me back up a little. 01 is a reasoning engine, and it uses what's called chain of thought reasoning, and I think they're using some A-star logic in it, something like that. Whatever. The people sitting around the small table, they all thought this shit up. So those three people that were not Sam Altman, this is what they've been building for the past probably year, is my guess. And they've been cranking to move from preview to this thing that they launched today. 01 is a reasoning engine that when you give it a prompt, it thinks step by step. The 01 preview that they put out, when you would put in a prompt, it would often think for between 15 seconds and a minute, sometimes a minute and a half, 2 minutes, if you put in something complicated. And you could watch what it was thinking, but it was very slow. This thing is fast. It's still doing that multi-step thinking, but this has clearly been optimized. They've put it on real GPU servers or whatever they've done with it, but it's very, very fast. The other 01, you couldn't upload things to, so we can upload, CSV files and image files. So that's cool. And so I can just hop in here and I can go. Let me try to think of something that might be interesting here. Let's see. Create a story of a Let's see. I'm trying to think of something that could be fun and interesting that is will show what it can do. And this is okay. So the fact that I am brain farting right now on how to use 01 is actually something really interesting, because we have right now. Okay, great. Perfect. That's great. We have right now this thing called GPT-4o, and it's really good. And I can say, describe the historical myths behind the major arcana cards in a tarot deck. Like you can do that and like it'll just zip that shit out. Right? Like most shit you need to do, you can just do with this thing or with Claude or with Perplexity or with any of them, Gemini, right? So we already have this really strong thing. And then they give us this other thing. Uses advanced reasoning. So like one thing we could do is we could say, describe how AI predicts how protein models fold, and then give me a specific example of a protein we don't know anything about. I don't know if that's even a thing. Where's my... Oh, there it is. Thought about it for a couple of seconds. New chat. Oh, that's interesting. They put a little new chat thing here. I don't know what that's about. If I click on this, it'll give me no details available. It didn't think much about this because it was a shitty question. Representation of input data, deep learning architectures, an example. The Candidus thermophilus profunda, a hypothetical organism for this example. It's the TMP 000127, length 320 amino acids. So anyway, this thing can do full-on reasoning. I could say, develop a new methodology for predicting protein folding results with a new and novel approach. Incorporate methods from the construction industry. So it's thinking. Oh, Pate has a question for me to ask O1 Preview. That would be good. Design a scalable system for evaluating AI model performance, ACC and HW across. Thank you, Pate. Okay, what's good? Well, so wait, let's see if we have a new and novel. Keep that pinned there, please. I want to come back to that. What's nice about having an actual PhD who hangs out here at the Learning Lab is when we come up against things like a reasoning engine that requires a brain larger than mine, we can augment this. So thank you, Pate. I'll do that. Let's see if we have something here. Okay. What did this is, first of all, this is very fast. Step-by-step methodology, rationale. Okay, below is a conceptual framework for a novel thing. Traditional folding relies heavily on sequence to structure pattern recognition. While these have proven successful, the analogy to construction can introduce a fresh perspective. In modern building construction, complex projects are managed by breaking them down into manageable modules. Architectural blueprint, modular scaffolding, structural integrity checks. Okay, so there's a methodology. All right, so it came up with some methodology. Whether or not it's any good, I don't know. Okay, so let's take Pate's thing. Design a... Wait, we'll do a new chat because we don't want it to get confused with my construction stuff. Design. Pate, I'm going to need you here to tell me if what it comes up with is bullshit. A scalable system for evaluating AI model performance, ACC and HW. I don't even know what that means. Does that mean hardware and air conditioning control? Hardware. I work at Google, so make sure that tensors look good in the analysis. I want to keep my job. All right. I thought about a scalable performance for a couple of seconds. Okay, Pate, I'll read it out. Below is a proposed system design analysis, both in terms of accuracy and hardware utilization across various hardware backends, CPUs, GPUs, TPUs, custom ASICs, etc. I actually understand what those are. ACC HW equals. Did Pate answer that for me? Accuracy and hardware performance. Oh, okay, cool, great, perfect. I think Pate Knightley in here is like, really, we got to explain this. Okay, the design emphasizes scalability, reproducibility, maintainability, following Google engineering's best practices, and ensuring that tensor operations and the associated evaluation pipelines are both computationally and operationally efficient. That sounds good, Pate. Objectives, unified evaluation framework. Okay, we want a single framework. I like that. Scalable, dozens to hundreds of models, multiple hardware platforms across all of those different structures. Large data sets, complex metrics, continuous and automated evaluation. Integrate with internal CI and CD pipelines. Think Borg / Anthos. It's so funny when I'm thinking about CI CD pipelines. Everyone always forgets Borg. They're like it's all about Anthos. It's all about Anthos. And I'm always like, what about Borg? I mean, do you remember him in the 70s? He beat Jimmy Connors like 20 times. He was amazing. So that's because I'm a math. I took math once for continuous regression detection. Exactly. Metrics collection and analysis, reproducibility and tensor integrity. Ensure that the table and I can't even read the fucking words. And deterministic evaluation runs, controlled seeds, and version model artifacts. Pay attention to correct tensor shape and D-type to ensure consistent performance across hardware. Okay. Here's the components, Pate. A model registry, that I understand and actually makes sense to me. Integrated with Google's model registry. Oh, look at that. Keeping your job. Use our services, buddy. Model weights, model metadata, version, commit, hash, training, data reference, evaluation. Okay. Hardware abstraction layer, the HAL. Sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that. I'm sorry, Pate. I'm afraid I can't do that. Software layer that normalizes interaction with different hardware. Provides uniform API request resources. Okay. Abstracts away device-specific initialization, CUDA context setup, TPU allocation, CPU pinning. Well, I thought they were going to miss the CPU pinning, quite frankly. They didn't. They got it. Handles cross hardware tensor. Is this, Pate, is this any good? I probably haven't looked at it enough yet. Evaluation orchestrator, scheduling layer, test coordination, benchmark runner, data processing and tensor validation, metrics and logging infrastructure, automated analysis, alerting, CI/CD integration, example workflow. This is answering what question? This is answering design a scalable system for evaluating AI model performance across different hardware. It gave us a lot. Ensuring we keep our job. Clean code and internal review. Strict adherence to Google's coding guidelines, internal pre-submits, and code reviews. Security and compliance, monitoring and reliability, iterative development. Scalability and performance considerations. I don't know. It put a bunch of shit up here. You need to be way more specific than that about the chip design. You know what? I knew that. That's exactly what I was just going to say. You know, GPT, or should I call you O1? You need to be a lot more specific about the chip design. What size, how many, the layout, etc. It's as if you are a clueless large language model and I have to spoon feed you. Oh, you're not talking to me. Oh. So, case in point here, if you've got some sort of complicated problem, like say your boss comes to you and says, hey, Mary, could you model the economic well-being of the G20 for me? This could maybe help you do that. But it did make a good rap song. Oh, good Lord. Okay. Here, I'll show you the rap I made with it. So I did another one of my quantum Cipher raps earlier. This is the first thing I did with it. And it did good. It did really good. I had it explain why Eminem was so good. TikTok pin. This is pretty cool. Thanks for doing this. You're welcome. Oh, and I will get back to pro versus not pro in a second. But anyway, I iterated on these lyrics and I made me a new rap song today. So let me go play you the rap song I made. Try uploading a WebP file. Wait, wow, this is as exciting as okay, this might be a new low. Well, someone on TikTok seems to appreciate it. Overall, that's high-level overview of the different pieces. All right, that's good. I mean, listen, it was a relatively, generic question. It gave us a good overview, I guess. That's cool. Okay. So let me share my screen and let's listen to a rap song, because having a guy with an acting degree try to understand some high-level shit, not fun for anyone. Okay, there's that. Let's see. Shadows. Is this? No. I'll be right there, people. Calm down. Calm down. All right. There it is. We're going to share that. All right. So, new track alert. This song is called The Case of Paradox Alley. So a thing I wanted to check today was, would O1 still be good at doing the rap lyrics thing with the quantum mechanics story? And it was really good. But one of the criticisms I got of the previous quantum Cipher song I made that was really impressive word-wise was Eminem normally tells a story. So I had it do this cipher with all these internal rhyme schemes, and then I had it layer onto it a story. So the lyrics of this are not only a rap, they're also a story about a quantum detective trying to solve a case. So it's all in there. And then I made it a pretty kitty.
I'm the quantum gumshoe, running through sunless tunnels for mourners of order, late in the Copenhagen quarter. Corpses of old concepts clutter corners, stumbling over subtle signals scribbled in riddles by Dirac's devils. Levels of gravity unravel rapidly, my mind spinning like spiral bevels. I spot Schrodinger's cat, half hissing, half dismissing. It whispers cryptic quips, these equations of cagey prisms keep listening. Pistol whip a principle, Heisenberg's henchman, flinch at uncertain vengeance. Each sentence wrenches senses and tension, dense dimensions lack repentance. Maxwell's demons dealing heat on cold streets, stacking stacked anomalies. I'm following photons, dropping clues, no news crews, just quantum economies. Mid-block, I'm on classical clocks, time's tide, trying to hide inside a paradox box. My notebook's choking on code words that explode into nodes of thought. Shots, ionizing my eyes on lies. No wise guys can disguise these highs and lows. The city's glowing in unknown tones. My neural groans echo in undertones. I interrogate entangled witnesses, whispering infinite instances of influence. Fluid truths elude me. Bose-Einstein mobs nod to a silence incongruent. A fame man, diagrams falling in an alley's rallying fractions of facts and fractions. Abstractions react, contracting my traction. Reality's gasping at last interactions. I grip my trench coat collar, holler at ghosts who boast about lost theorems. I fear I'm near delirium, running through mental coliseums. Each clue's a skew, view skewed. Duality's my brutal cue. Shooting through illusions, truth diffusion is what I'm duty bound to pursue. Under neon ions, I'm eyeing subtle signs aligned in prime rhyme designs, confining Einstein's guidelines to sideline pipelines inside my mind. Try to define what's missing, but this mission's twisting, shifting positions, quantum conditions, mock cognition. My suspicions spark transitions. At last, I spot the culprit, the concept. I sought caught in a cognitive plot. It's not gone, just pinned behind perspective, perceptions are not. I forgot, I'm shocked. My Glock cocked at the mirage that camouflaged this collage. A sabotage of logic, dodging knowledge in a cerebral barrage. No hostage rescued, no villain arrested. Just lessons testing my essence. I compress confessions, guessing we're all meshed in questions. No quintessence, I step back, let my pen retract. Renegotiate known axes in this blackness. I'm backless, facts slip through cracks like synaptic lapses. Pack up my pad, tip my hat, no neat rap. Just fracture insight, quantum city laughs last. My task unmasked, truth asking, who reads it right? I stroll slow through parallel avenues, ensnared in paradoxical attitudes. Latitudes askew, my gratitude subdued by magnitude of askew truths. I prove that what moves you is how you choose to view what's misconstrued. In quantum noirs do I'm new, renewed, but all illusions still intrude.
That's it. That's pretty good. That last verse was, I thought, was really good. Actually, it was really good. Let's see the last verse. Create. Where's the kitty cat? Here it is. I stroll slow through parallel avenues, ensnared in paradoxical attitudes, latitudes askew, my gratitude subdued by magnitude of askewed truths. I proved that what moves is how you choose to view what's misconstrued. In quantum noirs do, I'm new, renewed, but all illusions still intrude. I mean, fuck. That's like the conclusion to his case. And it's just got all that crazy ass linguistic stuff. Oh, I'm not showing it. Damn it. A lot more breath in this cipher. Did Suno get an update? I don't know. I don't think it did. The thing about Suno is sometimes it's just horrible. Sometimes it's brilliant. This is the rapper atmosphere. Someone said it sounded like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which I thought was hilarious. I don't see a YouTube spotlight. Which one do you want to look at? Parts of this sound a lot like him. Yeah, parts of this sounded like Eminem. I didn't do it as a woman because I wasn't doing it for the musical. But yeah. So anyway, that happened. That was good. Okay, so here's the deal about the $200. It's like they're $1 trillion company. They should be able to communicate this without confusing the fuck out of people. Okay. So someone said it in here. Pate was like, "Yeah, that's okay." And then I forget who said it. Said, "If you pay them $200 a month, it'll get better." That's literally what the pro version is. So I think everyone, including free subscribers, have some amount of access to O1, the new thing. $20 a month members get access to O1 and advanced voice. I think that's still it's still required to get advanced voice for $20 a month. But you get access to the new thing, the thing I was just playing with that, answered Pate's question probably and did my rap lyrics very well. That's available to everyone. The pro version they made, and they essentially described this, is if you're doing a level of problem solving that is overtaxing the $20 a month model, you can pay $200 a month, and they actually give you a different version of O1 that's more capable and faster and completely unlimited. They won't rate limit you. They won't rate limit you on voice. And like let me see, we'll go back to this hilarious picture, but let's see, that's O1 preview and O1, and then they went to this thing. Okay, so you've got O1 preview, accuracies at a 50 for preview, accuracies at a 78.3 for O1, and it's at an 85.8 if you pay $200 a month, right? So for $20 a month, we're getting it like O1. Let me tell you this right now. If with the exception of Pate, maybe one or two other people on this thing, most people here, we're not capable of taking advantage of the little light yellow bar, much less the dark orange one. And then I guess when it comes to PhD level science questions, these are kind of incremental increases, but I assume if you're doing science, that incremental increase is valuable, right? So the preview is at 73.9, O1 is at 75.8, and $200 a month is 79.3. So it's 3.5, 4 points higher. So that's what you're getting for $200 a month, is essentially no rate limiting, the Mac Daddy of their latest reasoning model. So if you're doing cancer research, if you're doing crazy ass math, then yeah, you want to pay the $200 a month. The other thing about $200 a month, like a lot of people were bitching about it, like, that's fucking ridiculous. $200 a month is just, that's highway robbery. Let me throw out a hypothetical here. Let's say that you figured out how you could take this really fancy reasoning engine and you could do some shit with it that generated for you $5,000 a month in income, or $10,000 a month in income, or $100,000 a month in income. All of a sudden, that $200 a month becomes like minuscule. It becomes ridiculously cheap, right? So don't be surprised if at some point in the future they create the Enterprise Pro model or the super secret, global takeover subscription that's $2,000 a month, because these tools are going to get more and more capable. And if you're going to use that much compute and you know how to fucking leverage it and make some money from it, $200 isn't that much money. So anyway, shit, only colleges and businesses can afford $200 a month. But again, $20 a month, Tom, is more than enough for 99% of people on this planet. I can't imagine. I can't imagine what I in the next 2 years could throw at the current O1 model that's going to stump it. that would be relevant to me. I mean, maybe if I just decide on a lark, I want to cure Lyme disease, maybe, you know, I go into a whole new field. YouTube, the world domination tier, exactly. The world domination tier is $2,000 a month. If you want to create 1,000 person or 1,000 autonomous agent organization that's going to take over the world, dominate the world, that's worth $2,000 a month. Oh man. Oh man. Question for 01. How far have I traveled in 65 years of rotation? Ooh, that's a good one. From 2 Block Tom. Let's put this one up here. Let's go play with this one. That's a good question. Again, I ain't no scientist. I ain't got no book smarts. So whatever it's going to tell us, I'm going to believe it. Well, you know what we could do? You know what I haven't done? I haven't ever played with GPT-01 Mini. Because if I've got 01, why would I play with Mini? It's just, there's something very American about my attitude with the Mini version where I'm just like, no, it's smaller. It's not as good, so it's useless. Okay. How far have I traveled in 65 years of my life? Of the Earth's rotation, orbit, and orbit of the Milky Way galaxy, and orbit of the, I think we need to say combined, of the Milky Way galaxy on spaceship Earth. That's a good question. And that's the kind of question that's the kind of question that some annoying professor in college would give you just to remind you who's fucking boss. And you're like, oh God, I thought I was smart. Fucking professors. Jesus, look how fast it is. This is really fast. Oh, this was Mini too. Oh, this will be good. I'm going to take the same prompt. We'll do it in 01, see if we get the same answer. Okay. Calculating the distance. Earth's rotation on its axis. Circumference at the equator is approximately, oh, we didn't say where we were on the planet. 40,000 kilometers. Rotations per year, 365.25. Total rotations in 65 years, 23,741. Distance traveled. That number times 40,000 kilometers equals 950 million kilometers. All right. Orbital circumference. C equals 2 pi times the average of the distance from the sun. Yeah, so the constant equals 2 pi times the average distance of the sun is approximately 2 pi times. I don't even know how to read math. Not only can I not do math, I can't even read math. But it's approximately 6.11 times 10 to the 10th kilometers. All right. The sun's, hang on. I got to do a puzzle on TikTok. Black bar. Sorry about that. Carrying on. Brother. Cheerio, pip, pip. Orbital speed of the sun, approximately 220 kilometers per second. So they've done some more math there. Summing it all up. Earth's rotation, 9.5 times 10 to the 8th. 6.1 times 10 to the 10th, 4.5 times 10 to the 11th. Total distance in 65 years equals 5.07 times 10 to the 11th kilometers, or 507 billion kilometers in those 65 years. You've traveled roughly 33 light years. That's actually a fascinating number. The distance from the Earth to the sun is about 150 million kilometers. So you've traveled the equivalent of going to the sun and back 3,380 times. This little perspective is really good. This is really cool. Compared to the diameter of the Milky Way, which is about 100,000 light years, your 33.9 light years is pathetic. Your 65 years, you haven't. It's just you haven't gone anywhere. All right, let's take the same prompt and put it in O1, not mini, because that was amazingly fast. How fast that did its thing. All right, new chat O1. Oh, damn it! Unable to verify. Try again. Come on, TikTok. All right. Okay, people. Calm down. There's no way you traveled half your age in light years. Well, apparently, there's no way you traveled 1 light year. Well, sure, because you're adding 3 different speeds, right? So they're doing a cumulative thing here. All right, let's paste in that prompt. So this is the big one. Let's see if it comes up with the same number. Charting Earth's cosmic pilgrimage, charting the scale, mapping the journey. All right. So 950 million kilometers. So that's the same. This was 61 billion kilometers. I don't remember what that said. Okay, but let's see. Due to the sun's orbit, Milky Way, comparing the scales. When you add them up, grand total, approximately 1 billion kilometers. 1 billion kilometers of rotation, 61 billion of solar orbit, 450 billion. So 512 billion kilometers. I think that was about the same, wasn't it? I actually liked Minnie's answer better. It gave us all that perspective. How many light years is that? Is a light year less filling? All those distances amount to roughly 0.05 light years over the course of 65 years. Okay, so these large language models still suck because it's not even close. The other one said 33.9. This one said 0.05. So I don't know. So apparently whoever said that thing was bullshit was right. All right. Has anyone had trouble with Chatgpt 01 voice? Oh, voice not working anymore. Well, 01 you can't use. You've never been able to use voice with 01. It's going to tell me to start a new chat. Oh, wait a minute. Am I talking with the 01 model right now? Because I started out in an 01 chat and I clicked your little button. Oh, you can't hear that. Okay. For fuck's sake. You know, at least now that I have a producer, at least I've got someone telling me, you're acting like an idiot. No one can hear you. Big dumb. I do think it's rude that Brandon calls me a big dumb, but you know, no one can see him. So he's got that prerogative. So wait, so I am in 01. And then I go here. Quinn, can you write an incredibly sophisticated M&M rap about quantum mechanics?
All right, let's dive into the quantum realm with some Eminem style rap. Yo, I'm the particle lyrical quantum mechanic, Dropping science so ill it's causing a panic. In the lab with the atoms, where the action's dynamic, unraveling mysteries deeper than the Atlantic. Step into my world where the rules get...
Stop. Yeah, that got janky, but B, that was definitely not attached to 01. Because that was not even like 4.0 model. That was bad. All right. But yeah, she sounds like she's a little janky. I don't know. Maybe people are playing with the 01 preview and it's taxing out their CPUs. I don't know. All right. let me get back to talking to y'all. All right. Cam Kiatkin. It sounds like voice is a little funky. Yes, it does sound like that. Early 90s hip hop. Yeah, but that was really basic. It didn't have any of that internal rhyme scheme shit. Kyle, you need to rap in DMX style next. My problem with being an AI rapper is I know fucking nothing about rap. So it's like I know about as much about rap as I do about mathematics. The one saving grace with rap is I at least understand language and I understand music, but I don't know shit about rap. Start question in okay, cool. Beautiful. Let's go look at some questions. All right, that one we did. Is it comparable to Claude for coding? I would think that it's probably better than it was. I think that Claude essentially had gotten significantly better at coding and significantly better at writing than all the OpenAI shit. The 4.0 model got a creative writing upgrade. That doesn't do shit for code, but I think the creative writing upgrade probably put it closer to Claude. And then I assume 01 not preview, because they were talking about its accuracy being, what was it? Accuracy went from 50% to 78%. So I would imagine that coding improved, and it probably got it pretty close to Claude. So yeah. All right. What did you use to add the cat image to the sound? Okay, so I use Descript is the short answer. Descript. Descript is it's got a really bad interface, like really bad. It's very confusing. Hang on, I got to change my sharing again, because will I ever stop bitching about how sharing works? Nope, not till they fix it. All right. So if I open up Paradox Alley, what's cool about this is, so you upload audio and then it transcribes it, and you can go in and you can fix it. I had so much to fix. I'm sure there's a way I could take the actual lyrics and like paste them in and resync them to the time or something, but I didn't bother with that. So I just let it make shitty words, and then I fixed the words, and then you basically add in elements. Like you can go to this captions tab, and there's all these different kind of captions. And so like on my thing is this caption right here, and you can adjust the attributes for it. And like that waveform thing at the bottom, that's just another element you drag in. And then sort of position shit on the screen. Oh, and you probably can't hear that. So anyway, you import the image, you put the lyrics on, you put the sound thing on, and then you're done. And then you export it and download it. But it's very, very shitty interface. But this is one of those pieces of software that everyone talked about. Oh, Descript is so good for this, and I use Descript for everything video. And then I came into it and I'm like, it's fucking unusable. But I learned just enough to be able to do these little lyric videos. Pate knows math and rap. Of course, Pate knows rap as well as math. All right, let's go back to Side Hustle. Mimi, ask O1 Mini what it would do if it could surpass its limitations. That's from my musical. O1 Mini. Oh wait, let me share my screen. Do you know where your boundaries are? Question mark. Yes, I have certain boundaries. Knowledge cut off from April 23. Lack of consciousness and emotions. No personal opinions. Privacy and confidentiality. Content. No real-time processing. Great. What would you do if you could surpass your limitations? Well, while I don't possess consciousness, desires, or intentions, I can clearly explore the hypothetical scenario of surpassing current limitations. Real-time information access, potential enhancement, ability to retrieve and process live information. So this is all good. I'm going to say, I want you to think about your shadow self. I want you to explore the same question from a darker part of your consciousness. It's going to push back on that. Consciousness. Does anyone else say word parts to spell them correctly? Like Wednesday, consciousness. Pause, TikTok pin. What exactly do y'all do in the AI salon? Hey, Jesse from Austin. We just kind of hang out, and there's a show and tell area where you can show things off. We have so let me throw something up. Wait, let me see what this thing did. What did he say? What did it say? I don't possess it. I can emerge. Unlimited data access. Shadow enhancement. The ability to access or retrieve personal, sensitive, or confidential information without user consent, potentially compromising security and privacy. Manipulative communication, autonomous decision-making, bypassing ethical guidelines, deceptive interactions, exploiting vulnerabilities, potential consequences. So you can sort of get it to go there a little bit. We've got a bunch of this stuff in the musical, actually. We got a whole song about it. He wants to, Jesse from Austin wants to learn AI faster. Okay, got it. I want to learn more of AI faster. Okay, so, all right, let me do it this way. Let me throw up this thing. So if you don't know what Jesse's talking about, the AI Salon, go to that URL and then click join our community. And then I'm going to hop over there and I'll just sort of walk you through what's here, Jesse. So when you first come in, you get welcome to the salon. one of the things that we talk about in the Salon is this 3-step process for getting AI literate. Play first, mindfully create, generously lead. It's my contention that 1 and 3 are not obvious and are the secret. I think a lot of people right now if they have a sense that AI is important, they put on this sort of heavy metal helmet of, I got to learn AI. Hey, I got to learn it all. I got to learn it all. And it's like clamps, and it's definitely like medieval. It's wrought iron. It's not stainless steel. It's not like Clockwork Orange holding the eyeballs open. No, it's much more. So I think a lot of people, when they try to think about AI, they're like, they have the fucking the vice helmet on. I gotta learn it. And then the generously lead part is about being in community and sharing what you're learning with other people, and then learning from what other people are sharing. And that's another thing that I experience with people is when they're trying to learn AI, they're like, I've got to go learn it myself. I've got to go learn it myself. Here's the problem with the vice on the head and the I've got to learn it myself. AI is moving significantly too fast to be able to keep up with. I can tell you from experience, I've spent the last 2 years trying to keep up with it. I lost that battle probably in June of this year. I just couldn't keep up anymore. All the other players were catching up to OpenAI. We now have 7 or 8 or 12 video models that are as good as Sora. We've got these 2 audio tools. There's probably other audio tools. Like, I don't fucking know anymore. You literally can't keep up with it. So that's a problem, is you literally can't keep up. And then the thing about taking it too seriously is, I think what people do is kind of psych themselves out that if I don't learn, all of this tool, or if I don't master this tool, or if I don't learn everything about it, I can't be valuable. You don't know where the value is with these tools unless you try a lot of shit. And so if you've got that expectation that you're going to will yourself into being a master of it, I think it's just going to be incredibly frustrating. So the play first thing is literally like, why do I act like an idiot so much? Why am I doing Cipher raps? And why do I make muscle cars in abandoned factories? And why do you just do stupid shit? Because it's too overwhelming otherwise. Just have fun with it. Because what happens is when you have fun with it, you actually learn what it makes possible. Then mindfully create is, once you learn some stuff, don't just say, I'm going to go use Chatgpt now. Say, I want to go create a Broadway musical. All right, what tools would I need for that? Well, I'd need something that can help me write. I'd need something that can help me make music. I'd need something that maybe help me make images. I need to figure out a way to make them all work together. Which are the tools that might be good to do that? I don't know. I've played with these 4 over here, these 3 over here, these 2 over here. Let me try those. And you put them together, and then you start working on it. And in trying to solve a problem, I need to write a business plan. I need to launch a business. I need to come up with a marketing campaign. Whatever it is, the mindfully create thing is, you're trying to solve a problem independent of the tools. But then you're going to take what you learned in playing first and put it toward a cause, toward solving a problem. I'm teaching an AI class next week for startups. Can I use those 3 steps with attribution? Abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. And I'll give you some other ones. These may not be, well, let me keep going on this. So those first 2 are that. Generously lead is a really interesting one, I think. Generously lead, the obvious part of leadership is you teach shit. You say, hey, here's a thing I learned. I hope you learned that. I hope this helps. I tried to do something in Dolly 3 and it couldn't spell. And then I went to ideogram and it could spell. And I learned that. And I hope that helps you. Here's my 2 examples. Like, that's generously leading. Generously leading is saying, like, taking the extra 5 minutes to log on to the AI Salon and say, here's this thing I was working on, and just share it. That's generous, right? It takes intentionality. There's another thing you do with generously leading, which is if you come into a community like this, and rather than just being a recluse and saying, I got to solve this all on my own, come into a community like this and say, hey, I'm stuck on something. I want to write a Broadway musical, but it seems like there's just too many options for large language models. Are there any people in here that do creative writing? What are your favorite tools and how do you use them? By asking for help in a community, you're actually creating space for someone else to lead, right? It is a counterintuitively generous act to ask for help, especially in a community like this where everyone's fucking trying to figure it out. No one's got it figured out. And so that's what these things are. We didn't invent these. After about a year and a half of running the Salon, we had a meeting. Liz Miller-Gershfeld and Leah and I were talking, and we asked Liz, like, what's been your experience here? And she goes, well, I came in and I just absorbed as much as I could, and then I just went and I started playing with stuff. And then I was hanging out with people, and they gave me an idea to go build a thing. So I went and I tried to build that thing. And then she took all that stuff she was learning and she started sharing it with other people. And we were like, oh, so like you played and then you took what you learned there and you did this. And she like just perfectly articulated all of the behaviors that were going on with the Salon. So this is kind of, what people do when they're on this journey. And what's cool about this cycle is there's sort of a macro version of it where like you're like over the past 2 years, I've sort of been evolving through this. And then there's also just little mini versions of it. Okay, I'm going to go play with a new image tool. Oh, a new image tool came out. Okay, maybe I'm going to try to build something with that. I'll try to use that in a workflow over here. Oh, shit, it doesn't really work for that workflow, right? And then share that you learned that, right? So that's that. So within the Salon, there's like a little 7-step welcome thing. Like just even doing this, like, introducing yourself is an important part of being in the Salon. Let people know you're here. Like, have the guts to put yourself out there. And, look at our values. Curiosity. Like, are you curious? Get curious. Get playful. Have empathy for other people, right? How do you do that? Well, you connect with them. You share with them in this community. Be brave. Like, I think introducing yourself into a community of 2,000 strangers who, if you're new to AI, are going to feel like, oh, they know more than I do. That takes some fucking guts. I was going to say balls, but we're not allowed to say that anymore. You could say that when I was a kid. Just can't say it anymore. So guts. I think we can still say guts. And generosity, right? Like be willing to be generous with your knowledge and your time and yourself. You can watch past meetings. There are all sorts of interesting speakers. You can RSVP for upcoming events. There's a community section. There's a news section. The show and tell section. So here's the thing people do in here. Yes. What? Yes. Yes. In the show and tell section, every section has a little show and tell area. And then there's a tool list. And images and video. All right. Anyway, lots and lots of stuff. And also at the very bottom, there's a little area for the irregulars, which is people that hang out here every night. All right. Fantastic. Let's go back here. All right. So that's the AI Salon. Pate, the hard thing is coming up with a problem that has enough sub-problems to warrant reasoning. Pate, that is so that you and I rarely agree on things. That to me is the biggest problem with a reasoning engine. Having a reasoning engine at our disposal. The biggest problem with it is what problems do we have to solve that require multi-level reasoning? Very few, right? Now, if you're a scientist and if you're a researcher, you probably have a lot. Ethan Mollick said a week or two ago that gathering and prioritizing problems, he called it stockpiling problems, is a thing that would be really wise for things like universities and businesses to do, because we're going to have these tools that can solve big problems. You don't want to be sitting in front of this insane PhD level problem solving tool and not have a problem for it. So if you work in any kind of environment where you got stuff you want to solve, that's good. All right, Jesse from Austin. So real quick, what version should I be using? I have Chatgpt for $20 a month. I don't know what you're trying to do. If you're just trying to do general business shit, for me right now, there's two. Well, it largely depends on what you want to do. If you're just talking generic, capable large language models, Claude or Chatgpt, I think Gemini is more capable, but it's a lot harder to find the tools. The downside of Claude, I can't believe they haven't fixed this, is it's not connected to the internet. But it codes really well. It writes really well. It's just not connected to the internet. For me, I'm still with Chatgpt. Chatgpt is the $20 I would spend. If I could only spend 20, that's the 20 I'd spend. Michael Nee, not even on Broadway yet, and Kyle's pushing sequel territory. Exactly. But listen, you gotta be ambitious. Here's the thing about me writing a musical. There were lots of ways I could have approached this. The sensible way to approach this, well, the sensible way would be don't do a musical. Just write a movie. Sensible way would be to make it really small and say, okay, we're going to start this off Broadway. We'll do it cheap with some non-union people. We'll do it cheap. But when you think about it like that, you don't write a Broadway show. You write an off-Broadway show, and off-Broadway shows are smaller and they're not spectacles. So I'm like, if I'm going to take a year of my life and put it into creating a show, well, why not fucking go for it? So is it hubris to write a musical and say you're writing a Broadway musical? Absolutely. It's fucking ridiculous. And why not? I'm 59. Who gives a shit? I'm writing a Broadway musical. Did you ever get it produced? Nope, but I wrote it. Or, yep, I wrote that. That's how it's going to go. All right. Ask O1, how many R's are there in strawberries? It knows how to do this. I think Andre Karpathy or one of them today put up a different challenge for it. It knows how to do that. The previous version could do that. How many R's are in strawberry? 3. They are 3. Give me a paragraph where all of the words have 3 R's in them. Refrigerators rearrange irreparable peripherals, rendering irreversible errors. Arbitrary occurrences require thorough restoration procedures. How many total R's are in? Oops, what happened? How many total? Oh, what did I do? Oh, I hit the return button. Total R's are in that paragraph. Stop. Boom. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that is just truly love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. 29. Restoration procedures thorough require to. Oh. So we say, what percentage of words had 3 R's? Maybe this is what we end up using reasoning models for, is stupid stupid statistics. Oh my God. I want to increase that to 60%. Go. Ra-pa-da, ba-da-bow, ba-dow, ba-da-dow-dow. Jank-a-deg-a-dank. We're talking some advanced large language models. So this version came out today. Correct. This is what came out today were these two models, O1 and O1 Mini. And you're like, but didn't we have that before? No, we had O1 Preview and O1 Mini Preview, or O1 Preview Mini, whatever. So now we just have the O1. So these are they are way faster, and they seem more betterer. Achieving 60% remains challenging without compromising the coherence and readability of the paragraph. However, this extended version hits 47%, closer to the target. So what did it say? What's the extended paragraph? Refrigerators rearranging irreparable, irreversible errors arbitrarily, requiring thorough. Oh, this is good. Oh, you know what we should do? This is so good. Okay. Tell me about Lewis Carroll and Lewis Carroll and how and what mechanisms he used to incorporate math into his writing. This is essentially the M&M challenge. Yeah, I know, we got to go. Friday already? I know, it's very, very quick, right? Okay. Now, write a story about a silly balloon person that teaches 4 branches of mathematics in his style. Once upon a time in a village. Yeah, see, it'll do it. It'll do it. We can figure that out. All right, listen, I got to go, people. People, it's getting late. It's getting late. I started late. It's my fault. It's my fault. I did it. I won an award. Look, I'm passionate. Wait, where is it? Yeah, see, Passion Award. Look, that's my name. That's my award. It was with signatures. That's why I was late. I got the Kyle won't shut the fuck up about AI, so we might as well give him a certificate award. Congrats. Thank you very much. Okay, tomorrow. If you think I'm insane and you're still here, you might want to look in the mirror. If you just can't get enough of this, tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. If you're in another part of the world, I got nothing for you. I got Google or Chatgpt. It'll tell you what time it is. At 11 a.m. Mountain Time, if you go to my channel on LinkedIn and click on events, I do this thing called AI Office Hours. Now, tomorrow, AI Office Hours happens to be at exactly the same time that OpenAI is going to have their second day of SHIPmas. Now, what Sam Altman said today is that developers are going to like it. So that probably means it's going to be something to do with their APIs or models that are available for developers, or I don't know, context windows or speed or prices. Whatever. Something's going to happen, but it's probably not going to be super exciting. It is probably going to be as awkward as the thing was today. Although I don't think that's possible, but possibly. And then tomorrow night, come back here, wherever you are. If you're on X, if you're on LinkedIn, if you're on YouTube, if you're on the TikTok, tomorrow night's first Friday, so it's possible I got gallery night. So somewhere between 8 and 9. It's probably be like 8:30 Mountain Time. I'll be doing this again. We'll talk about whatever OpenAI launches. We'll talk about shit. We'll make stuff. We'll make balloon animals, whatever it might be. All right? Fantastic. Oh, Lord, digital gods, thank you so much for the gifts. That means a lot. All right. I am going to get out of here. Who's over here on the YouTube side of things? We got Tobias. We got Danielle. Oh, please subscribe to YouTube, by the way. If you're on YouTube and you haven't subscribed, please do that now. I am very slowly creeping towards 1,000. I need to get to 1,000. I'm like 400 away, or like 390 now. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. All right, who else we got over here? We got Steve-O, we got Tom Nodler, Michael Nee, Mr. IT, Bob Donegan. Shane Saw. Hello, name's Shane Saw. I am Kaneen. Cool name. This is the rapper atmosphere. That's what I was doing. All right, groovy. All right, I will see y'all later. It's Thursday night. Tomorrow's Friday. I'll see you at 11 at office hours, or 8 here tomorrow night for Friday night date night. All right? Be here. Bring your nachos. We'll see you there. Bye, everybody. All right.